It's a beautiful day to you, our lovely and smart real estate investors, wherever you're watching us across the world. I'm super delighted to welcome you to another insightful and educative session of Property Matters here on YouTube. In case you're coming across a video like this for the first time, my name is Ibeju and I'm your host here on Property Matters. Property Matters is a weekly YouTube talk show where we expose you to everything you need to understand. More importantly, information that will not help you, that will not allow you invest in any form of fraudulent real estate activities here in the beautiful city of Lagos, Nigeria. Over time, we've done exciting, educative, and of course, topics that gives you an insightful and of course an insight into how the Lagos state real estate market is being regulated. We've done an important episode on how to identify a fraudulent real estate developer. We've talked about how to unravel a fraudulent real estate practitioner. We've talked about land documentation. We've talked about land scams. We've explained important guidelines that you need to put into consideration whenever you're going to any form of real estate investment here in Lagos, Nigeria. After watching this particular educative guide, do well to subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a video, a very important personality like you will be the first person to see it. I've made this plea several times. I've persuaded people. Although some people have responded, others are yet to respond. Please subscribe. After watching this, you can also check our educative guide. We've done a whole lot. And we also have a whole lot of exciting and important topics lined up for you in this month of January and other months of the year. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for choosing King Cost Property. And I'll be back immediately after this short commercial. Don't go nowhere. All right, you're welcome back to this exciting and of course educated section of Property Matters. Before I go further, I also want to make this plea again. Please subscribe now. Turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a video, a very important personality like you will be the first person to see it. So on today's episode of Property Matters, actually this video is done in response of a Nigerian in diaspora who actually invested in 2017 to the sum of, according to him, 40 million naira. Of course, that was the worth of this investment. And this man was, calling on Nigerians, calling on Lagos state government and other notable citizens to his aid. And a lot of this video has generated a lot of controversies because of YouTube policies. And because this particular investor called out, the name of the real estate company, so we will not, be, showing the particular video. I believe most of us might have seen that video. Now, because of the fact that the name of the company is mentioned and the name of the real estate, brand is also mentioned, on Property Matters, we don't call out names. We don't, we don't pinpoint anybody. So that is why I will not be showing this video on today's episode. But for some of us who might have not seen that video, I'll be dropping the video link on the comment section, for you to have an adequate understanding of what I'll be discussing today. You may want to quickly briefly check the video, and of course watch this video after seeing it. So do well to subscribe once again. So today the video that I saw, which I believe many of you must have seen, actually prompted today's episode of Property Matter. So this Property Matter video is done in response to this. And today we're going to be talking about why you need to critically assess, the brand in 2024. So this is actually talking about brand identity, which I have done before, but I have a whole lot of information. So that's also, we're adding up information, we're spicing up what we've done before. So when you look at that video, from the video, you notice that the man called out the name of the company, he called out the name of the developer, he talked about him investing 14 million. And according to him, he started his investment in 2017, and he's in a complete state of frustration. And I believe very well that people will come to his aid. But what I want real estate investors to critically understand is that that is not the only company that will be called out on social media. So I'm going to be saying this, and I'm going to say this again. That is not the only brand that will be called out in social media. Of course, this action taken by this real estate investor will certainly, make other real estate investors who have been cheated, by some real estate development firm in Lagos to follow these same suits, to follow the same, action that this man has done. So other brands will be called out. It's not just that company, okay? It's not just that developer that is guilty of this. We have several other real estate developers that are guilty of what this particular developer has been, accused of. So why you need to critically assess the brand in 2024? Why you need to critically assess the brand in 2024? I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. The real estate industry in Lagos, Nigeria is not regulated. The real estate industry in Lagos, Nigeria is interest driven. The real estate investment in Lagos, Nigeria, not all, okay, let me quickly make this assertion so that I will not, be misinterpreted. Not all, but some real estate developers prioritize their own personal gain ahead of their investors and customers. So the first thing you want to do basically is that when you are investing in 2024, please and please don't do your investment with sentiment. Don't do your investment because of the fact that you want to please someone that you feel should be pleased. I'm not saying that you should not patronize realtors. I'm not saying that you should not patronize a low lot of people, hardworking people like us, but don't do it out as a result of sentiment. So how should you approach it? The first thing you want to do basically is that you want to do a critical evaluation of that firm. You want to know what they've done in time past. You want to observe and be certain that they don't have a similar record, okay, of what this company is being called out from. A whole lot of real estate companies in Lagos have cases, if not worse, than what this particular diaspora investors have called out. So what you want to do basically is that you want to check their mode of operation, and if you have noticed, okay, any form of inconsistency or any form of things that that can put your investment in jeopardy, you obviously want to do what? You obviously want to take aside and put a whole lot of safety thing. The second thing you also want to do basically is that you need, for some of us, we are not in Nigeria. A lot of people are in diaspora. And for those that are even in Nigeria, don't even have the time, okay, to critically do what we call an evaluation. So you want to hire someone that can help you dig deep, okay, into the dealings of these companies. A whole lot of them commit a lot of atrocities, and a lot of people have committed, a lot of them, okay, have committed a lot of fraudulent activities. Then because of the fact that some people are good with cover-up, so you don't get to see some of these things, you don't get to know them until you partner or you do anything for them, and before all these things will be reviewed. So as you're approaching the 2024 real estate investment here, you want to critically, whether it is old or new, assess and hire somebody to do an investment. Let them do a fact check. Let them check their operations. Let them check their business model. Let them check what they've done in time past. Let them check how they've done their properties development in time past. Let them check how they've done with other partners. Let them check if they have abandoned or they have issues of abandoned projects. You also want to do a lot of critical investigation. So you want to investigate them. I personally, in 2023 and 2024 and other subsequent years, I have personally done what we call a fact check. I have dug deeper. And there have been instances that what I have come to realize about some of these real estate companies are very, very surprising. And at some point, you will wonder that, do people still have the fear of God? Do people, why are some of these guys prioritizing their own interest over their investors? So you want to do an operation, more importantly, on how they deliver, how the pattern of their delivery. You also want to check some of the things they've done, if they're having issues, and how they've been able to manage. In some of my subsequent videos, I've always been talking about how these guys are managing conflicts and how they are resolving the issues of allocation. How frequently do they allocate? Do we have cases of impending allocations? These are some of the things. Now, I have dealt with some companies in time past that I will never have anything to do with them. So my own case could be described as a scenario of having my own share of bittersweet experience with some of these developers. So you see what that man has done? other real estate companies will be called out, because it is not just that developer that is, that is guilty of those plays. So you want to hire someone. Real estate development has gone beyond you seeing the ad and just patronizing. You want to dig into their activities. You want to check. You want to see. You want to unravel things that you don't know. A lot of people say, this is my own, is just to buy land. A lot of people have bought lands that are no longer existing. A lot of people are, it's quite sad that some investors in diaspora, okay, are putting hope in some of the investment they've done. Many of them are not fully aware that those properties that they've placed their hope with the intention that they will get a good return are no longer existing. So there's really nothing to hide here. I've done a lot of deep fact checking. I've done a lot of things, and I can comfortably tell you that some of the things these guys are doing will not be to the best interest of some of those things. So as a person, I've done a lot of due diligence. I've investigated companies. I have my facts, I have my records. I have my share of bittersweet experience with them. I have cases of being physically attacked during allocations. I have cases of even calling them after a transaction. Now, there are some companies that after they've sold land to you, maybe in 2020, 2021, and you're having issues, that if you call them concerning what they've sold to you at that time, they won't respond. There are some there are some investment that you've done, in time past, that you may have one or two things that needs that adequate, attention. They won't give it to you. To them, they've done that thing, they've sold that property, they've moved on. So most of them don't do this. So for me as a person, I will never ever associate myself with a brand that will tarnish my image and my reputation that I've built over time. So that's why I did a lot of profiling, fact checking. There have been instances whereby some real estate investors have called me and they said, I want to buy a property with this particular company. I want to buy with this particular company. Then after doing a lot of lengthy investigation, fact checking, and some other things, I personally withdrew. In some cases where the developers have insisted that that's what they want to buy, and from our own profiling and our own fact checking, we have seen that there will be issues. So because of the fact that we have a name and reputation to protect, we withdrew. So I will never be associated in a situation whereby they've been called, they are calling up companies online, and my name is being mentioned. So in order to avoid this is why we invest a lot of resources into due diligence. So when we talk about due diligence, most people just think that we only check land, we check document. No, we go beyond that. So these are some of the things. So some real estate investors have called me. Okay, I've seen instances of people sending me flyers. Check this one, check this one. Now, the ones that come out good, I'll say, okay, fine, buy. But let us state these so terms and conditions. Because our own interest basically is to ensure that you don't lose a dime. So what you have just seen basically is just the tips of the iceberg. Now, the thing is, when you are doing some real estate investment, or when you're doing real estate investment in Lagos, Nigeria, you need to look beyond the PR. You need to look beyond those beautiful drone captures. You need to look beyond every other thing. When these particular real estate companies will shoot ads, they use a lot of celebrities, they use a lot of influencers, and they hope some of these developers bought, some of these investors bought, hoping that these personalities that they've used, okay, will have reputation and they wouldn't want to do any other thing. Surprisingly, even some of these these influencers and these celebrities that they've used, some of them have come online to dissociate themselves from this brand. Like I said before, at the commencement of this video, it's not just them. A whole lot of secrets will be unleashed in this 2024 and the other coming years. Like I said, the reason why I'm not going to play that video on this particular episode is because of the fact that when we talk on property matters, we don't mention name, we don't mention brand. That's why I won't be playing the video, but I'll be sharing the link for those who want to know more. You can, on the comment section, you can click the link. So we do a lot of things. We do a lot of profiling, a lot of fact checking before we do business with any real estate company right now. So I don't go with this assumption that this company has done better in time past and I'm expecting it to do better in subsequent years. No. I was speaking with a real estate investor, and there's this particular real estate companies that we want to associate, do business with. And I told her basically that despite the fact that this company is reputable, this company has a reputation to protect, they've done better things, I still told this particular business that we will still do our fine check. So we are not being cajoled, or we are not being, carried away, okay, with the brand of what they've done. We always ensure that. Now, the thing is, another thing why you need to check the brand in 2024 is that the intention of some real estate developers in Lagos, Nigeria is very critical, is very bad. Now, some developers are going to sell properties with the intention of not developing. Some will sell properties with the intention of not doing anything. Now, for some of them that have perceived danger, okay, what has happened with this particular company that this investor have called out for will be a wake-up call to other real estate developers who may probably be guilty of what this company is being accused of rather. So what it is going to do is that there are some real estate developers that have bought houses in Canada. Some have dual citizenship. Some are already preparing for the worst. And that's the reason why you need to critically assess the brand in 2024. Some have anticipated that something that happened with this particular real estate company may even happen with others, or even with them. So some have prepared an escape route. In fact, while I was doing my due diligence far back in 2023, not long anyway, found out that some real estate developers are going into development with the intention of to make money and, of course, to relocate their families abroad. The intention of some real estate development companies are terrible. Of course, they won't come online and tell you this is why we're going to develop, because they know that the moment many of you are, well, you won't do business with them, you won't buy properties from them. But that's the intention of some. Some are already preparing an escape route because, one, for those who have sold Ibeju Lekki, I've said it before and I've said it several times, profiling and documentation is very important. So many people have sold Ibeju Lekki and they don't have documents. Today, Lagos State government is selling Ibeju Lekki, those properties that many people bought in Fulu. Some people have sold refinery, state refinery as land to real estate investor. A lot of people have sold places that are committed to this. So these guys know that by the time the people, government have reallocated those places to start taking possession, a whole lot of things will happen. Some are already leaving, some are planning to leave, and some have already left. So when you are investing in 2024, you need to understand, although they won't come out line, okay, to tell you this is what they are doing, but a personal investigation, a critical analysis would unravel the intention of what the real estate developer is hoping to do. So these are some of those things. Whenever you're buying properties anywhere across the world, more importantly in Lagos, Nigeria, Ibeju Lekki precisely, you need to pay attention to the documentation. There are some places in Ekpe that government will reallocate if documentation is not done. So what happened in Ibeju Lekki will also happen in Ekpe. It has already started happening. So you want to buy a property, you're buying it from a developer that is not selling a property that will fall under that thing. You want to buy from a developer that is paying adequate attention to see. As far as Lagos State is concerned, what Lagos State government pay attention to is documentation. If your property does not have the proper documentation, it will be taken from you. Okay, so you want to buy with a developer that is paying adequate attention to documentation. So don't buy from a developer that will abscond when there are issues and when you need his attention. Don't buy from someone that will sell and abandon. In other words, do a critical evaluation before you patronize the company. Until I come your way in another exciting and educative session of Property Matters, I remain at the gyre. Please do also subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. God bless you.